an update on the black shark. It's been, I think, around 5 months since the last video when I got it. Oh god, only 5 months. I can't remember. I think it was in this tank, but I think the tank was over there. The stand was built, still holding up. I think it's around 8 months old. That's new. That's going to be used for a few projects in the works. Just saving up. There's a few fish in here at the moment. I'm planning on getting a few more bigger sort of fish. My plan is to get 1 or 2 flattails, and possibly in the far future, a mono stingray. Not one of those diamondbacks that are $2,000 for a junior, a pup. 700 or 600 pup mono ray, which I actually prefer because it looks more like a stingray. I have 2 silver sharks in here at the moment. That guy, as always, 2 tinfoil barbs, which depending on what size they get to, I might get more, and 3 junior angelfish, which I'm planning on moving into one of those tanks when they're filled up. It's kept, one side is kept at 23, the other side 27. The side of the heater is 27. This side's probably 23. The black shark has grown probably an extra 10 mil. I was gonna say 10 mils. Probably 20, 30 mils, 3-4 centimeters since the video, which is quite a lot in 5 months. It's doing well. It's removed from any older fish over there. It is aggressive, that's for sure, but when it's kept in big tanks with big fish, it seems to be even out. Tinfoil barbs are aggressive too, but he gets bigger than them, and they should get to their place. Silver sharks are peaceful. In fact, they're very peaceful. I've kept them with a lot of fish. The red-tailed shark in here at the moment eventually will have to be moved because he's too small when that guy's big. I'm trying to grow out some plecos because I know I have 1 or 2 plecos, but they're only on year 2, so that one should hopefully get to the size of that. I want to figure out to get more of those size. I think a golden sucker catfish or an algae eater. I want to start growing more plants in another tank too. Planning on getting some nice new fish in here, but the black shark, I could barely find any information on him. So, and this was a spur of the moment buy when I got him. He was $59 at the pet shop floor. He was probably the size of the tilapia there. He's slightly bigger than the tilapia now. And I went, sure, why not? I recently got this big tank and I'm like, that's pretty much the minimum size for adults, so I went ahead and bought it. It's taken a lot of research, experimenting. When you have him in a community style predator tank, he does take a bit of damage because he's the most aggressive fish in there. He's actually the most aggressive fish I would ever probably keep. I've kept the tilapia and he's bloody peaceful compared to him. The tilapia can be with even small fish. He's just a jerk, a bastard really. But they look stunning, very, very active, unless if it's at night. But if you have a nice light on it, they sort of blend in. I'm planning on putting more gravel in here. I might actually put some different color gravel, some sort of red. I like the murkish sort of western tanks. It's interesting. I'll give you more updates on the black shark because I know that it's not a talked about fish, especially in the Australian communities where I'm from. Because most fish shops where I live don't actually have a no black shark policy. I got this from the Aquariorama at Stafford. They probably just got him in because he was either too big for a tank or just too much of a jerk for the tank. So you definitely don't want to keep him with the size of a red-tailed shark. That red-tailed shark's probably the max size almost. I think it has another year, but only grow like 2 or 3 more centimeters. I had it with a bunch of goldfish. A few of my goldfish have passed away, especially 2 of my oldest. One died by a disease and one died by something I can't recall. I had these 2 cichlids and the rosy barb in there. I took the rosy barb out because he was too much of a jerk to the goldfish. And I took the cichlids out because they were then too small. In fact, those ones seemed to have a relation, some sort of friendship, because he used to have that one used to have a partner, but that died by dropsy because I didn't get it in time. When he was moved in with that one, they started being close up together, and he was actually sending out breeding sort of patterns with it. I have no idea why. That was a wild caught one. I'm planning on, I think of around 20 yellow cichlids. I'm planning on getting another size cichlid tank like this and building my own stand for 2 of them and having 2 cichlid colonies. There's not many cichlid breeders in Brisbane that I know of. There's a few, but they're normally just side projects. I'm planning on getting 4-foot breeders, which are pretty good for cichlid colonies. So, yeah. Cichlids also seem to be the more pet-like fish, so, you know, evens out. The black shark, definitely need more updates on him. You can see just how much aggression he shows. He shows the most aggression to the tilapia, but he just knocks them away and goes like, "Ugh, fuck Earth, mate." It's like, I've seen drunk people harass normal, just worker people, and they're like, "Ah, fuck off, mate. Don't want to beat you to a pulp." And they keep going until they eventually crack and they're like, "Better yet, you're on the river." Yeah. But he's a very active fish, and he seems to be quite personality filled at this age. I've seen big ones before, but they seem to just be very active, which some people prefer personalities, some prefer active. One of the reasons why I want to get a monoray is because they're meant to have a personality and also be active. It's quite interesting. I'm most likely going to get a bigger tank. I'm actually thinking about maybe building my own plywood tank and building it, I think 7 feet long by maybe 3.5 feet high by 2.5 or 3 feet depth. Which, for scale, my tank right now is 2 feet in width. An extra foot would probably be around there, which, yeah, that's quite big, really. But this is meant to be my display tank. The white stuff on it I couldn't get removed, which is one of the reasons why I want to upgrade. I was actually planning on upgrading anyway, but now that I know I can build stands for this size tank, I'm quite excited about what I can do. Plywood tanks, I've said it normally takes 15, maybe 12 years in the hobby before you are confident enough to build one of those. For me, I'm around 12 years into the hobby. 7 years full time, well, full motivation, yeah. So far it's been a breeze, but I'm excited for what I can do. When I get that display tank done, it'll most likely be something I move into my own house in the future. A tank actually lasts quite a long time. I think a plywood tank has 10 years. A glass aquarium like this, I've talked to someone who's had a glass aquarium since their grandpa died in World War II. old great grandpa. I think there was also World War One as well. This tank's almost 20 years old. That one's 30. That one's close to 10 too. That one's unknown because that one's free and I didn't talk to the person who's had it on the side street. That one's hard to say actually, but I'm going to assume it's 7 to 8 years old. The paint's starting to wear off in the back and that definitely wasn't redone. I mean, these white marks probably take years to really stain on. I tried multiple stuff to get them off, but it was hard. Anyway, expect another update for the black shark. Where is he? I think he's behind it. Oh, there he is. I'm planning on doing more decal in that tank too, so I'll show you some cool tricks I'm planning on making decal out of. See ya.